over. But for now, they have to decide which one of them is going into the top 8. They have a pretty storied set history with 6-1 on the favor of Acola. Raru taking out in winners finals of the last Kagaribi. So let's see how this is going to go down with the Game & Watch. Surprise pick up for Acola here.
Yeah, definitely. The Game & Watch was not something that I initially expected, but I think it makes sense on its face. Like, we can definitely see how it's going to be great for the zoning. You're going to be able to, maybe on a tri-plat stage like this, platform camp a little bit more, do this kind of like up-down play. Obviously, Raru looking for some of these grabs, looking for some of these great combo starters, but no dice so far. I mean, we're keeping the percent low, and because Game & Watch is a lighter character, I feel like it's kind of harder to get these confirms sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting as well to see what the shield play is going to be out of Acola. A lot of times, you are sitting in shield a lot waiting for a landing aerial coming out of your opponent, but for Luigi, you have to be very careful of dash grab or pivot grab in a lot of these circumstances, so I think we're going to see a lot of preemption from Acola, as we already have. We've seen early up Bs not sitting in shield, as well as some high nairs.
Great reactions here from Acola as well, getting a parry on that platform and trying to get a little bit of something started afterwards. It's okay. These have just been a very tentative first stock. I mean, I feel like no one has really gained any like large ground until right now. Obviously, you get a little too close for comfort. Raru kind of sensing that maybe there's a chance for me to get something here, and Acola says, hey, no, I still got iframes on this stage.
True. I mean, it's an anti-air even if they're coming from below you.
Yep.
Getting an up air there, just a little bit of tickle damage, but that time, using the platform to his advantage. I'm wondering if this is going to be a stage-specific type thing, knowing that you can utilize those platforms so well. Sitting on them is very, very safe as Game & Watch. None of Luigi's aerials are going to be able to pressure you quite so well on them. But for now, we're starting off with a lead for Acola.
Yeah, and so far this plunger edge guard is starting to take a little bit of shape at 148. We've seen some crazy living Game & Watch stocks this tournament already today, so Acola going to keep that rolling. Very high percent, lots of rage on Game & Watch as well right now, so gotta watch out here because one of those fares could be deadly. We got some Chef into the back air. That's enough to send you way off. Waiting for a misfire here, and the air dodge coming in, but whoa, just enough to overtake it. The turtle not enough? Okay.
Yeah, like the early recovery, drifted a little bit in more than he normally would, and that worked out, but a yeet.
Wow.
Grab with a plunger, throw up.
Luigi kill throw, who would have thought? But hey, I mean, even this, a high percent on Game & Watch is possible, baby.
Yeah, paperweight indeed. Bucking up a couple of those fireballs. We have to keep an eye on those because those do not go away between stocks. So even that one or two could be disastrous to be for the set, but going so low, and never mind, he's fine. Man, the vertical recovery on Luigi is insane there.
Right, high jump plus a very, very high vertical range on the up special, so really good stuff. It's a nice bait to try to see if you can get Acola to kind of go off, overcommit a little bit off stage. Doesn't do so, still manages to keep the stock, doesn't matter. But yeah, Raru needs a big hit here to say a lot. Okay, just to get back to stage, and it's not going to happen.
And one thing I've noticed is the lack of grabs we've seen. I believe it's been just the one that got the kill earlier that connected. It's very difficult for Raru to track down Acola, who's been so evasive, and now we just see the ladders climbing up, the drill that pierces the heavens.
Yeah, it does feel like it, but I don't know. Right now, Acola is just getting a lot of extra damage, and it's hard for Raru because you don't have the best landing options as Luigi. I think that's one of the reasons we picked Game & Watch here, because obviously Steve's got great juggles, but look at what Game & Watch is doing here on the triplats.
Game & Watch definitely could be hired in the circus for his juggles, that's for sure. Now going very high for Luigi, gets caught with another up air. It's so difficult to land. You're floaty, you have bad aerial mobility. I mean, this is exactly the problem of Luigi as he gets caught by another forward air nerf.
Yeah, I know, and now you're just like struggling again. The key seems to be the handler off stage. Obviously, that's the second time in a row Acola has gone off there, just looking for that low key, catching that very linear vertical recovery.
Yeah, the low key.
It's tough. That's tough. And I think one of the reasons that we're really picking the Game & Watch over this Steve right now is because of the lack of airspeed on Steve and the great airspeed comparatively on Game & Watch. Just being able to follow up on Luigi's slower aerial movement and just kind of staying on him. It's very smothering playstyle. It's obviously something Game & Watch is already good at. But here against Luigi, you're very vulnerable to that kind of stuff because you don't want to have to play in the air. You don't really like scrapping too much in the air because you've got stubby arms and legs. But at the same time, I mean, it feels like Raru might have something in the tank. You never know. You get one of those good advantage states. We just never got to see one of those big combo starters. We never got to see the angles that we need. We never got to see a grab or anything into the usage of the Cyclone. You know, there's a lot of the kit that we just weren't able to use, and unfortunately, I think that's a credit to Acola's kind of very, very aggressive playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big part of the counter pick. Like I was saying before, the preemption is real. Like, you're always going before Raru is able to be in range to strike. You're hitting that up B at the moment he's in range for it, so if he tries to dash in. But, okay, we do see this team. Like I said, it might have been a stage pick potential. Do you know if this is a stage first or character first this weekend?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But we are going to PS2. It makes sense. Yeah, the materials are going to be a lot better here for Steve, so it makes sense. And no tri-plat, so Steve doesn't really have to worry too much. And Game & Watch, you know, wouldn't get as much as we saw in that last one. You did see how the top platform really benefited Acola.
Yeah, but as we see, the moment that Raru gets in, he is able to really push the envelope a lot more before Steve gets the blocks down in the up tilt. Does not connect into the up B, so we're still looking for a bigger combo starter for Raru, who the moment he gets put in disadvantage is in absolutely a terrifying position there.
Definitely in the roll, caught by the TNT trap. You see, yep, anvil straight into the minecart. Just a little bit of misdirection. Raru caught off guard, having to make up for a deficit, but still, it doesn't matter. We could get one grab, one hit away from sending Steve home, but we'll see. Gonna see if there's a second stock in the works here.
Yep, a lot of evasiveness from Acola so far. Hasn't been caught by any of Raru's stuff, but he did just lose that pickaxe. And that's one of the things where Steve gets a little bit weaker in these spots where he doesn't have the pickaxe because he doesn't want to build up the diamond yet. So you kind of have a little bit of advantage in the air, and we see Raru taking advantage of that situation, getting the kill, and now on to stock 2.
Yeah, just throwing out a little bit of those fireballs, trying to catch that one block height, and now we got diamond tools, so things are getting a lot more dicey in the neutral. Raru has to be extremely careful because one wrong step will lead to 30 more percent, 40 more percent, and an offstage interaction here that you don't want to have to deal with. Breaking through these stone blocks, very difficult for Luigi right now, and you're catching something here off the minecart. At least you can read out those kind of committal options that Acola wants to go for.
Yeah, and another minecart just disrupts the flow of Raru. It seems like he's not really ready for these heights or positions. All the footstool in the air, not enough to connect into the anvil, but now Acola has a ledge guard situation set up, just drops the anvil a little bit too early, and now Raru is trying to find his way out of it, but it's still such a Herculean task to get a single opening on Acola as he footstool down air just to make it happen.
Right, and lots of iron on the board right now for Acola. We've got a diamond in the bank, 2 gold on deck. Look at all the resources we've amassed in the time that Raru has struggled to break down just a few walls. Acola just takes a break, doesn't even need more material, says, I think I've got enough right now. But we're still going to keep going for it. Finally, a pick, and Raru takes his shot. Love to see it. We're going to get that up special. Still in the game right now, Jet.
Definitely a potential to win here, but just right above you, dropping that iron on you. I mean, that's not exactly what I want to see if I was Luigi. Forcing his way through these blocks, does get the tech on the high one, but it's still so much to find a single opening. However, Nerva, I think if he gets a grab, it might be all over.
Yeah, now the 2-block height is really starting to mess with Raru's game plan. Like, oh no, now my fireballs aren't working. That's the one thing I had going for me. And now all of a sudden, Acola is just starting to build that space, use that back air so menacingly with the diamond. Is just going to be the threat. Raru has to get past it. You don't want to get extended. You don't want to get stuck hitting the block because right behind it is the minecart.
Yeah, there was a little bit of like a trade flinch thing that happened there with the down tilt, and I think he was just stuck in.
Sometimes extensions don't help you.
And yeah, just Raru got absolutely obliterated from that. Unfortunate for him, but Acola is going to go up 2-0, and we are likely going to see a we're going to maybe see a different counter pick. I don't know. The PS2 counter pick seemed like it did not work out super well for him there, Nerf.
Okay, Final Destination. You know what?
No platforms to run to.
Bro, when was the last time you saw Final Destination?
I think I saw it like once this whole weekend. Like this is only the second
time.
time.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I did not cast a single set where they were playing on Final Day. Look at this. This is the first time I'm seeing this in months, bro.
Yeah, this is not. I don't know. People just either been banning it or just not picking it. I think it might be banned.
But this is a great pick for Luigi for a lot of reasons, obviously, right? I mean, materials aside for Steve, you can at least get some of these the grabs. You can force Steve, who has very little airspeed, like I mentioned, to kind of have to go back to the ledge whenever he gets in disadvantage. That's a really good thing because Luigi edge guarding, we've already seen how difficult it was for you to pin down Game & Watch with the plungers off stage. It's a lot easier to hit Steve.
Yeah, definitely true, but let's see how he finds his opening. Goes for up air, up tilt, down air, doesn't connect. And now the opening is here for Acola. Gets that up tilt so hard to land on this Steve. Has another forward smash is attempted, but it's not going to work out. And the Cyclone, not enough. 127 onto Acola. Back air finds the stock nerf.
Okay, so we keep it going. Obviously, you can get Acola to go for one of those things, the anvil, the minecart, something say, okay, I know where the linear trajectory of this is going to go. I can catch you in the come up. So waiting for a lower recovery. I like the patience. Doesn't need to do anything with the blocks separating you. I mean, Acola's not going to do anything, so you're good.
Okay, finally finds that kill, but this is still a very potentially good situation for Acola, who it's just, you try to jump over these blocks, it's just absolutely disastrous, but great confirm here. What a conversion off just a landing aerial.
And it's just that slight hit. Sometimes you just need the right pop-up, and all of a sudden, Raru can start cooking, but it's not enough to get the stock. It's not enough to get more damage than about 80%. And as even as this looks, it feels like it's going to get a lot less so because Acola has these edge guards on deck.
Yeah, it's just like such a terrifying situation to be put in as Luigi when you are on the ledge. He's got the blocks built up. Like, how do you get over those blocks? How do you get through them? You roll, you get up tilted. You neutral get up, you get F smash. It's just a terrifying position. Now trying to use the blocks himself to get all the way up to Acola, but these minecarts have not worked out for Raru every single time he's being hit by them. And okay, no tech.
Hey, we'll take that. The tech check failed. Acola, a little bit of a rare miss, but I mean, Raru's going to take that to the bank. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to go very far because you're getting run over by a car. And it's tough. We still have to deal with the farming, and I feel like there's so much ions here on FD. Like it really was. It was a good idea, but I don't know. The materials were the kind of the dark cloud I was thinking hanging over this this stage pick.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because there's not really a stage where it's going to be beneficial to Luigi and also detrimental to Steve. But it's so tough to get through this wall and a back air with a little bit of bad DI, and suddenly that is a 3-0 for Zeta Division's Acola, bringing it in and making that top 8 spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because, this is obviously loser side. Everybody's got to fight with everything they've got. There's no second chances here. You're already on notice, essentially. But to have to send your teammate out of bracket definitely is a hard one. They both took some interesting losses in winner's side. We've seen some upsets at this tournament, some crazy stuff. Like if y'all out there you aren't aware, take a look at the bracket to see where the runs have come up to this point, because I mean, there's so much going on that I couldn't even list it right now. Yeah. You actually just need to look at it yourself.
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. We did see right before this, Light was able to take